Welcome to episode number 6 of hashtag Sewing Menswear 2023. I'm Tequila B with TruLuv Designz, and today we are using Simplicity pattern 8899 to create the easiest piece of menswear ever. I am sewing View D, which is the men's bow tie, and this particular pattern only has 3 pieces. Piece 19, which is the bow, you cut to a fabric into of interfacing. Then you have piece 20, which is your knot, and piece 21, which is your band. So here I folded one of my bow pieces in half, matching the notches, and then I sewed down that seam, leaving a 1 to 2 inch gap in the middle. And once I've done this one, I'm going to snip my threads, and then I'm going to do the same exact thing to the other bow piece. Once I have both pieces done, I'm going to press that seam open and make sure that I leave that seam in the middle of the bow. So now I'm just pinning down this seam so that it doesn't flip up as I sew the sides down. You're going to sew both sides all the way down, leaving no spaces on both sides on both bow pieces. I'm going to snip my threads, then I'm going to use my pinking shears to trim down those edges. And I'm trying to do a better job at snipping my threads as I go, because oftentimes I find loose threads and it's not always easy to cut them out without leaving a little piece sticking out. So I am working on that. So now I would say leave a 2-inch opening on that, because you have to turn this bow inside out. And I believe I only left a 1-inch opening, and boy was this a doozy. Once I have both bow pieces turned right sides out, I give them both a good press, and now it's time for some hand sewing. If you don't know, I do have a problem with my fingers sometimes. I believe it's carpal tunnel due to my job, but hand sewing is not really easy for me to do right now, but I made it through. So I am hand sewing that opening closed, and once I'm finished with that one, I'm going to do the same thing to the other bow piece. And I'm sorry, I left a few steps out here, but once I've sewn that opening closed, I take the knot, I match up the notches right sides facing, and I sew down the long edge. I trim the seam allowance, turn it right sides out, take it to the ironing board, and give it a good press. You're going to put your 2 bow pieces with the seam sides facing each other. You're going to scrunch it in the middle and try to get it as even as you can on both sides. Then once you do that, you're going to take that knot piece and wrap it around the bow, making sure that the end will be at the back of the bow. And once that is done, you're going to hand sew your notch closed. And I did fold mine under just a little bit, just so that there will be no frayed edges hanging out. And then once you do that, on the back of your bow, where you've just stitched that knot, at each corner where the bow and the knot meets, you're going to tack it down. You're going to tack the bow to the knot piece, just slightly pinching off a piece of fabric from your bow piece and then coming through your knot piece. Now I realized that I did cut out piece number 21 unnecessarily, because I ended up ordering my bands off of Amazon when they were having their Prime Day sale, and I was able to get 10 bands for only $5.99. I believe the normal price is $10.23. And so I did get these at a good price. I also did not have the bow tie kits, so it was pointless for me to cut out piece number 21. I wasn't paying attention, so I did waste that piece of fabric, but I'm sure I'll find something to do with it later. I took my band piece and I slid it between the knot, and now we have a bow tie. Very simple, very quick, and very easy.